it. Well, listen, all right? Well, fuck you, bitch. What? You want to fight in the house? Let's go. Yeah, motherfucker. Whoa, not the house. Not the house. Not the house. Nate.
Back in 2007, on the 5th season of The Ultimate Fighter, you had the Stockton Slap and the Anvil on here, and in my opinion, the greatest lightweight class of The Ultimate Fighter. I love watching these old seasons with a tap-out drip and flip phones and just Vegas back in the day. But almost 20 years later, where are all these guys now? I got this video idea from this guy, and I just see he don't even make videos anymore, so I'm gonna pick it up at season 5. And if you haven't watched this season, I recommend binge watching it, the whole season alone at night like I did. Anyways, I'm gonna start off with the winner of the season, Nate Diaz. I don't have to say too much because I know all y'all know what he's been up to. He came in here on Team Pulver, although the other coach, BJ Penn, trained his older brother Nick, which during the show, Nate actually trains with BJ Penn, the enemy team, which upset a lot of Nate's teammates.
Who took Nate? You went with the blue team?
Well, I was talking to him last night. He said he felt like he needed to work out, man.
Yeah.
But after beating Manny the Anvil to win the show, he beat some good people and then just beats Conor McGregor out of nowhere. Then he went on a legendary UFC run, becoming the true BMF in a lot of people's opinions. He boxed Jake Paul, and he might be on the UFC White House card. Comment down below if you relate to Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz more. I'm personally more of a Nick Diaz type of dude. The finalist, Manny the Anvil, came in here being usually shorter than all his opponents, but he was just a tank. He came in also on Team Pulver, and he was just an Armenian dude who I thought was a New Yorker the whole time. I kept forgetting he's Armenian. One point he brings in his cousin, who is also a UFC fighter, and he actually ended up getting too touchy with Nate, and Nate had to press him, which was really funny to watch. He beat everyone and went into the finals to fight Nate Diaz. He ended up the first round with a dominant position, and the commentators all said that he won the round. Then the second round came, and he goes for a shot, and then just starts tapping out. I was like, hey, what's this New Yorker doing? It turns out he dislocated his shoulder or something like that, shooting this shot, and that's what gave the win to Nate Diaz. He went into the UFC and fought for the title against Jose Aldo, which is one of the greatest featherweights ever. But he retired in 2016 and said his body couldn't take it anymore. He also did not win that fight against Jose Aldo, I forgot to mention. He appeared on the Jackson podcast and talked about his career with Rampage Jackson.
Was fighting Diaz in the finale the biggest fight so far in your career?
Yeah, and I knew it was going to be weak. And I know I trained with Nate, and I know what he's going to bring to the table.
And he said he might return to MMA at some point, but now he's just a coach, and he uses a black belt in judo and BJJ to help him coach. Now he just posts with his kid, posts with his lady. Looks like he's just living life now, living the family life. He also just posts himself mogging. He's still got it. Next up is Rob Emerson, because he was in the beginning of this video. This was my first impression of this guy, was him writing "Suck It Team Pulver" on the wall, which Nate Diaz did not like. Nate Diaz challenged Rob later in the show, but Rob got beat, and he did not make it to the finals. But at UFC 87, he actually knocked out Manny the Anvil though. He continued fighting in the UFC, didn't have a really too crazy a career except for knocking out Manny, and he competed both at lightweight and featherweight. He had mixed results, some solid wins, but also some key losses, and then he was released from the UFC in 2010. After leaving the UFC, Emerson continued fighting in smaller promotions. He fought for promotions like Bellator, but his career ended up becoming inconsistent. He actually became the double champ of VFC, or Victory Fighting Championship. What is this comment talking about? This ain't real, is it? Oh wait, I'm supposed to look that up. One sec. Oh, interesting. He had a bare knuckle debut back in 2024.
The UFC slogan is as real as it gets. Well, not really. Bare knuckle MMA is as real as it gets. So I've just been training, getting ready for that. Hopefully that's going to be in March.
I don't know if that fight actually happened, but I do know in 2021 he did a bare knuckle MMA fight against Charles the Felony Bennett, another OG. He knocked him out in the first round. The most recent piece of media I found of Rob Emerson is in 2025. He was on this podcast.
Man, I like the previous matchup even too. I honestly like both fights.
Yeah, but nowadays he keeps a low profile and he's probably just relaxing somewhere. Next up are these two fellas, Marlon Sims and Noah Thomas. If you don't know who you're looking at, these are the two that got into the fight by the campfire. Marlon Sims lets Noah get the first hit, in which Noah hits a soft hook into a shot, which would have been very smart if Marlon didn't just get out of it right away. After Noah got pieced up a couple times with both guys bleeding, they go to defuse the fight and shake hands, but then they just start fighting again. Noah gets taken down on the concrete, like he felt the hard floor of the concrete, you know, and he decides to go for an armbar. I mean, yeah, it's spur of the moment and like heat of the action, like we all make mistakes, but you could guess what happened next. He got his head slammed and starts bleeding everywhere, and then he's like, alright, I'm good, get him off me. And Noah yells at Marlon saying, on the concrete? But it's like, yeah man, you went for the armbar. But you know, it's 20 years ago, so he definitely realizes his mistakes at this point. So the next day, Dana sits him for a meeting, and he's like, alright bro, Noah, you're out, Marlon, you're out, and Lobster, you're out. I don't even know who Lobster is, to be honest. Somehow Lobster did some, and he's gone now. But I'm not gonna include him in this video. Alright, where are these guys now? Well, Dana White actually thought about scheduling them for a fight in the finale of The Ultimate Fighter, but it got cancelled. Noah Thomas blew out his ACL during training and was out for a year. So after The Ultimate Fighter, he went on a 3-fight winning streak in a smaller promotion, and then he got back with WEC. So in 2016, he fought at 135 in WEC, and he went 0-2 against Frank Gomez and Scott Jorgensen. And then he took a break from fighting to attend the police academy, and he does hope to return, but this was back in 2016, and I honestly can't find anything on him up past 2016, so I think he just left fighting and is now just chilling. Marlon Sims actually took an unexpected route. After The Ultimate Fighter, he fought about 7 pro fights, but never actually entered the UFC after The Ultimate Fighter. So I did some digging and I actually found his YouTube channel, and he just makes mechanic videos. I honestly thought this was the wrong Marlon Sims at first, because I just did not even recognize this guy at all. Here, well, I'm gonna just play you guys some videos.
Install with the Mishimoto silicone heat absorbing tubing. So this is how you clean the cold air intakes, right? So here's my AFEs. I pop them out just so you can see the difference.
9 months ago, he said, thank you, my man. I appreciate your support and thank you for stopping by. Can you believe it's been 18 years? Dang. Alright, so you know I had to leave a comment just to put myself out there.
Shots of the card in action, and it's really fun stuff. I also videotape the break test for you, both.
He's so elegant speaking now, and he's low-key kind of handsome. That one was like from 2 years ago. Andy Wang was actually a pretty chill, cool guy, I thought. My first impression of him was when he was like, you know what they say about fortune cookies? Be careful what you wish for. I don't even know what that means. But you can't blame him though. It was the early 2000s, you know, they all had the cringy one-liners. This was actually the top comment on the Ultimate Fighter video, best moments on YouTube. During this scuffle, I think it was Nate Diaz, tells Andy Wang, he's like, bro, move that chair. And he's like, nah bro, it's a fight. He's low-key real for that, like, come on man. He was literally front row seats to this thing. Are you gonna take my boy's spot? He's got front row seats, man. Yeah, I don't know, I thought he was cool and chill though. In the season finale, he told his coach he's gonna show off his ground game, but he got TKO'd with just 70 seconds gone. So he was cut from the promotion and disillusioned by how things had worked out for him. He didn't fight again for like 2 years. Until 2009, he returned to MMA to repair his reputation, you know, and his fighting ability. He fought for the Gladiator Challenge, and he defeated a newcomer in just over a minute of the first round by TKO. And he did take the fight to the mat this time. 3 months later, he fought for the promotion again and defeated another guy. But his last fight was for a Chinese promotion, Art of War, in September of 2009. That fight ended in a draw, so he was 7-1. He holds a degree in history, and in 2016, he went back to school to study educational leadership. Alright man, if you guys made it this far in the video, come on, you guys might as well subscribe, right? This video is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Dang bro, like, I'm sweating editing this right now. If you watched this whole thing so far, I highly appreciate it. Comment down Papa and push that subscribe button. Anyways, Corey Hill stood out because he was 155 pounds and 6'4" tall. He was also one of Nate Diaz's friends, and Nate Diaz said he was a really good fighter and he actually feared fighting him. But in the end, Nate Diaz submitted him with a triangle choke. He got his official UFC debut at UFN 12, picking up his second pro win against Joe Verdes. His next fight ended in a disappointment though, with a submission loss to Justin Buchholz. I don't even know. Did that just say, why is it Buchholz, bro? Buchholz? Justin, I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. But several months later at UFC Fight for the Troops in December of 2008, things were going to get much worse actually. In the second round, he threw a leg kick that was checked by Dale Hart, and it caused his leg to break. clearly at the shin too. It was one of the worst injuries ever seen in the octagon and threatened to end his career. But the UFC covered his medical expenses and he had to get rods and pins to hold his leg together. And he was bedridden for 4 months, and that was just a long road to recovery. But in 2010, he returned to the octagon. This is one of those special moments where even though he was still in a contract with the UFC, they still let him compete in smaller promotions while he continued his recovery, in which he won by unanimous decision as his next fight. Here's some screenshots of his leg breaking, but I don't think I could show the video on YouTube, so go look it up yourself. It is honestly, yeah, the worst leg break I've ever seen. Like, worse than Anderson Silva's too. Like, this was really bad. Oh shoot, guys, he actually passed away in 2015, so 10 years ago now. Damn. A lot of people said he was just a genuine dude and a nice person, so rest in peace. Gray Maynard came into the show undefeated, and he just looks like a dog. He was a D1 wrestler with elite control, and then he dominated the season. After The Ultimate Fighter, he fought for the lightweight title multiple times, and including a legendary trilogy with Frankie Edgar. But later in his career, the knockout losses began stacking up, but now he's retired. His last fight in the UFC was in 2018, and he later parted ways with the promotion. His professional MMA record ended up being 13-7-1. He has since returned to his roots in Michigan, and he is still very involved with wrestling and MMA training. He's just chilling with his wife Jessica and their children, and yeah, he's just training local athletes. Yeah, and today he's recognized as a veteran of the sport. Joe Lauzon may not have won the show, but a lot of people say he had one of the best UFC careers from the whole cast, except for Nate Diaz. Known for his submission skills, fight bonuses, Lauzon became a fan favorite. I personally recognize him from BJ Penn calling him Creepy Joe Lauzon, or like all his teammates calling him Creepy Joe because the way he looks. But nowadays he is into coaching and he runs a gym and he still stays active in the MMA community. His most recent post on Instagram goes like this. It's a TikTok, but I can't play the audio. Joe Lauzon. Look at Joe Lauzon. He's a freaking nerd. Yeah. But let me tell you how that story ends. If you mess with Joe Lauzon, blah, blah, blah. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, no, it was like boom, 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 boom. My brain's kind of getting tired from all that research I did, so if you guys could push that subscribe button, watch my other videos. I make MMA videos myself, you know, you like the fighters we're watching fighting here? I mean, I do that too sometimes, so check out those videos. I highly appreciate all the comments. Love you guys so much. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Alright.